Greetings, everyone. TGIF. What's going on? What is happening? And how are you? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're ready for the weekend, baby. Because I am. I am ready to party. In a small way, not the way the kids get out there and do all that stuff. I'm talking about in a small way. Relax, have a nice beverage, a nice meal, maybe some, seafood, pasta, those type of things. Yeah. That's why I started off last week on my staycation. I had drinks and seafood. So I'm going to repeat it again starting tomorrow. What's going on, Just DeAndre? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Vonda H, Vonda H, Vonda H. Got to say it 3 times. That's how we do it over here. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has been a very interesting week, I will say. I visited the north side of Chicago, the richer side, and I would say maybe part of the poor side or the mixed income side. And the mixed income side, I'm telling you, it was not a pretty sight. There was a lot of homeless people. And I had heard about it on through talking to people as well as some on the news. But to actually get on the train and actually see it, it was a different experience for me. I wasn't prepared for it. And I don't know, it was saddening. It really was. And then my trip to the richer side of the north side area, rather. I just was walking, taking my time, looking at everything. And there are quite a bit of places that are closed. One person or business, they sell CDs, vinyl, cassettes, and the sign on the door said, "We open when we feel like it." I laughed at that and I should have taken a picture. Darn. Oh well. Oh well. That would have been great to do. But I really enjoyed walking in that area, looking at everything. And I really taken my time just to take it all in because it was a really nice day. Well, it was a little bit humid earlier that day, but that evening it was a little bit better. I stopped at the Whole Food over there because every Whole Food is different, And there is, I don't know the exact day, but last week and maybe part of this week is a Ukrainian holiday. And so I ran into a group of Ukrainians visiting Chicago, and they were just taking pictures in Whole Food, taking picture of the everything, the sushi bar, the chef area, everything. And it was interesting to see at first, and then it turned into, "Would you get out my way? Move. You ain't never seen that before." I get that way sometimes, but hey, it's all right. But I don't know. I just taking my time and taking everything in, just looking at the different people, what's going on, the economy, and you know how you see something, you like, that's not what they say around them YouTube streets. Oh, what is that over there I see? Oh, they don't say that in them YouTube streets. So it was just kind of funny to experience, just seeing a lot of different things and people. I enjoyed that this week. But other than that, I'll stop rambling and it is time to do our new official intro, if you will. Hey, Emmanuel, what's going on? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you always. So we're gonna start with our new intro. That's how we're gonna do it. And here it goes.
What is so red pill about people saying the same thing over and over again about the opposite sex? What is so red pill about constantly complaining about the divestors? What is so red pill about that? What is it about these types of conversations that's going to help me have a higher state of consciousness, a higher frame of thought? You tell me what's so red pill about that? I don't see anything about these types of conversations that's going to actually elevate my mind on a higher level for so I could see things much more clearly about the world. What's so red pill about a group of guys hoping and wishing that society would somehow force females to get right? What's so red pill about that? What's so red pill about talking about female nature? Female nature is their nature, female nature, which is there's even no concrete evidence behind female or male nature about that. What is so red pill about a bunch of adult males sitting there talking about how celebrity couples break up? The last time I thought it was females who are concerned about celebrity gossip.
We know the truth of what you really wanna do. All this live stream talking, not telling truth. Quoting stats like those numbers make it a fact. Those women never would've picked you even where you're at. Winter's here and is here for you indefinitely. You turn your back on your own damn community. We see your comments in the chat and it's hate speech. You mad at women cause they didn't pick you in their sheets. Name your doctor writing script cause the dosage off. Flipping the script, women winning, talking about they lost. Been 4 years you've been in these YouTube streets. Congratulations, you just earned your bachelor's degree. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. Those red pills never done nothing for you. I hear Red Bull is on sale, won't you pick up too? Speaking of which, your godfather is dead and gone. No more new quotes for you to carry on. Flip the channel, keep on searching and don't be sad. Never cry about something that you never had. It's been 4 years you've been hanging in these YouTube streets. Congratulations, you just earned your bachelor's degree. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. You wanna clap them cheeks, you wanna clap them cheeks. Welcome back, lovely Lady Ruby.
Well, I guess I should say the same to you. Girlfriend goes on a little mini staycation and comes back all fired up. I see you. I see you.
Fired up.
I like it though. I like it. I gotta say, I like it. I'm already liking it. All right.
Wonderful.
mhm.
Well, we're going to start off with a little house cleaning. That's what I call it.
Okay.
And that house cleaning is, yeah, the GoFundMe.
mhm.
Yeah. Let me refresh because let's see, it might have moved since, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago. Let's see. You never know.
Mm,
You don't know about
true.
these things.
True. True. True.
Uh-oh. Look like it's the same.
Yeah.
Been 27 days. It's
Mhm.
almost a month. It's still the same.
Mm.
Man, oh
You know what,
man.
Shar? I know what he needs to do. You
What's
see
that?
that booty slapping gif you got right there at the top corner? He just needs to
Uh-huh.
put that on the sheet instead of his face or the hat, whatever. No, he just needs to put that picture, preferably of real people though, and that will be enough, right? They'll just pay money just to be like, "Ooh, yeah, that's a nice booty," and then the money will start raining in. That's it. Don't even bother telling people what it's for. Tell them it's for clap them cheeks 101. Boom, 20,000, easy like this. Yep,
Wow. That's
come
terrible.
on. You know
That
it's
is
true.
terrible. Man, well, like I said, I discovered, that's what folks want. They're just really all about clapping the cheeks. I've been fooled, hoodwinked, and all that good stuff. But yeah, well,
Mhm.
let me go ahead and get the call out. Let's see what we can do.
All right.
Attention, attention, six-figure niggas. Please report to Charles Faulkner Jr. GoFundMe. I repeat, calling all six-figure niggas. Please report to Charles Faulkner Jr. GoFundMe. That is all.
Okay, well, I put the
Yeah.
call out there. It's I counted the weeks. This thing been going for 10 weeks, and you
Mm.
can barely see that little green line. Not even
Mhm.
10%.
Mm-mm. No. See, it's a two-pronged problem, right? We know they will support anybody as long as the cause is the right cause. And by the right cause, I normally mean the wrong cause. Come on, we know our people. But to get them
Mm,
to support the right cause, let's be real. They have to like, respect, appreciate, and trust the person who is asking them to donate to the right cause. And that is the problem in and of itself, right? This is why we have so much idiot tube in our sector. And by our sector, I mean Black folk sector.
mm-hmm.
Because people know, hey, it's very hard to get Black folk to like you, to trust you, to respect you, to support you because you just happen to have good information. It's hard, right? But they will support any channel as long as that channel is promoting and pushing foolishness. That's what it is. Unfortunately, it's just where we are as a YouTube community. Unfortunately.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
That makes me sad because I've heard a lot of talk about the black boys, and I will say congratulations to Charles. He has completed training one
Mm,
black boy,
mm,
one young black man.
Hey, listen, we tried to tell him and others. Or at least I listen. I won't speak for everybody. I will hold the L, stand on my square, and say I try to tell him, right,
Hmm.
that the fact that Black women are supporting Black girls has nothing to do with whether or not Black boys are being supported. Because in general, right, y'all say we can't teach a boy how to be a man, right? We can't raise a boy into a man. That needs to come from the men, right? So then generally you don't need to wait on the women to support the Black boy causes because the men need to band together and support Black boy causes. And yeah, things cost money, so on and so forth. But I did tell him that if you're going to go about it where you're going to say I want the money first before I show you proof of concept, it's a hard sell. I mean, that's a hard sell no
Mm-hmm.
matter what community you're selling to. If you watch Dragon's Den, right? The
Okay.
first thing they ask you for, you might have a great concept. They might love your concept. And then they ask you how much you're asking for how much of the company, right? So I want $100,000 for 10% of the company. So that means you're valuing your company then at $1 million. Okay, great. They want to know proof of concept. How many of them have you sold?
Yeah.
And all the people who say I've sold none, right? This is just, actually I haven't even made one yet, but this is just a concept, but it's gonna work, right? Those people don't get financial support for their business, right? You've
Yeah.
got
You're
to put
you're
in
right.
some of that legwork. You've got to put in some of that initial investment, even if it's a loss, whatever. You have to find ways to make things happen first. And with a group of, let's say, 10, 15, 20 boys, a very small group, small population, you implement your system, right? And you show it works with these kids for 6 months to a year. And then you have a thing you can show people. You can show them the grades differences, the this differences, the that differences. You know what I mean? And then say, guys, I want to spread this across first my city and then other cities and whatever, help me grow this. But to say
Yeah.
just help me start this, I haven't even proven that it works. I don't know. This is just my theories. But give me $20,000 so I can make it happen. I'm sorry. It's also a hard sell that way. I gotta give some of the, well, not the six-figure niggas, because come on, but like, the actual people some some credit here in that I want to see some proof of concept. Mr. Faulkner, please take the little bit of money you have, and go do something with it and come back with some videos and some statistics, some receipts to prove that your concept works. That's it.
Well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've given him some homework, and let's see what happens. You
Right?
know,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm pulling for him. I want the best for him. I think it's great concept, and this is
Mm-hmm.
something that we hear in the YouTube streets all the time. The black boys, they're the bad reading levels, and blah blah, and the mama, and all this other stuff, yada yada yada. So
Mm-hmm.
um, let's see what happens. He has one down, and many more to go. And
Mm-hmm.
God bless him. That's what I'm gonna
Yep.
say.
I got my fingers crossed for you, brother. I'd pray, but trust me, whenever I pray, God gives me the opposite. So I ain't
Uh
gonna do
oh. Uh
that.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll talk about the opposite as far as other boys. And this is Chinese boy.
Oh,
And I found this very interesting. And let's see what happens here.
all right.
Chinese boy 5 abandoned at kindergarten by father after he found out the child is not his biological son. Hmm,
Wow. Okay.
look at him.
Hmm.
That is just so sad. Just left the boy there and just
Right.
say, he ain't mine. The boy is not mine. So
Mm.
I'm like, dang, cold blooded, but that's what happened. So,
Right. Damn.
oh
Mm.
boy, I'm going to read this story. It's interesting, folks. Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't know if my little heart can take it today. Okay, let's go. Whew.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Father packed a phone and a change of clothes, then dumped the boy at his kindergarten and never came back. Mm. Teachers found the family home abandoned with no sign of the boy's family. Relatives contacted by the school refused to come take him. Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
They said, nope, we don't want him. No, 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 no. That's what they
Wow.
said. A 5-year-old boy had been abandoned at his kindergartner. I keep saying kindergartner. Kindergarten. Kindergarten in
We
China.
feel you.
Yeah. Hey, it's just what I want to say.
Preschool. Just say preschool. We got you.
In China, after his father discovered he was not his biological son, the little boy identified in local media's report by the pseudonym XR was abandoned and at the kindergarten last week by his father after he dropped the child off the day, oops, for the day. Give me 1 second and bring her on up. All right, go back to the page. Okay. Where was I? I think. Oh, when no one arrived to collect the boy that afternoon, staff contacted his parents and when relatives. No one arrived to collect the boy that afternoon, staff contacted his parents. When no one arrived to collect the boy that afternoon, staff.
Wow.
I'm doubled.
That was amazing. It was just going to keep going. I wonder how long it was going to keep going. Like,
Okay. I just muted you, Vonda. And greetings, let's see, Mr. DJ Music, Celine, and Don Teasy. Take it easy.
oh,
Welcome on
no.
in.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. Go back, see where I was. Go to this page. I was here. Okay. I think I finished it. I'm not sure. When no one arrived to collect the boy that afternoon, staff contacted his parents and relatives. No, but none of them wanted him back. Okay. The boy's teacher, surnamed Chen, said XR was enrolled at the kindergarten in April this year, and that his father brought him to the kindergarten in, well, how you say that, G Providence, southern China, and picked him at each of at the end of each school day. The J Morning Daily reported. Scroll on down. The father, who was not named, told Chen he wouldn't come for the boy because he discovered that XR was not his own son after getting a paternity test. The father then told Chen the boy was not was now the school's problem. Chen later discovered that XR father had packed a change of clothes and a mobile phone in the boy's bag on the last day he dropped him off. Wow. The father continued to speak to the school on the phone after, but he refused to collect the boy. Mm. When Chen went to the house where the boy had lived with his parents, she found it empty. The whereabouts of the boy's mother is also unknown. Hmm. Chen called the local police for help and they contacted XR grandfather and uncle, but both declined to take the little boy. According to a news report by Nanning radio and television station, XR mother was expected to pick up the boy this week. Mm. The news has triggered outrage in China, with many people shocked by the behavior of the boy's parents. How innocent this boy is. The mom was unbelievably irresponsible, wrote one person on the original news post on Weibo. Obviously, the father had taken talk with the wife and relatives, and no one wanted the boy, which forced him to leave the kid in the kindergarten, said another. Under Chinese law, the father has not committed the crime of abandonment because the boy is not his biological son. However, if the biological mother refuses to raise him, ooh, she will be committing a crime and could be jailed or placed under detention for up to 5 years, an unnamed lawyer told J Morning Daily. Wow,
Hmm.
that is something. So, parents abandoning their children is not uncommon in China, but the number of orphans has declined in recent years. 2 weeks ago, local police in Hainan Providence, southern China, investigated a mother who allegedly threw her newborn baby into a rubbish bin, wow, in front of a hotel. Last month, medical workers in Shanghai saved a newborn baby left in a public toilet. According to official data, there were about 193,000 orphans in China, in 2020, 17% lower than in 2019. Wow.
Mm.
Woo, I don't know
That's
what
not
to
even
say.
surprising, though. I mean, when China came up with that one child policy, right, they
Mm-hmm.
basically created a culture that basically, like, whereas in, like, we have this culture where, children, your babies, whether they're boys or girls, they're supposed to all be precious and they're all valuable and they're all whatever, right? But in China, when you can only have one, and then girls are so much more expensive, and it's better to have a boy and the family name and the whole nine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have people getting rid of babies at birth because they stopped allowing ultrasounds or any type of checking to see what the gender was ahead of time to try to stop people from getting rid of the girls, and then they would just end pregnancies after.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was a crazy thing. So you think about that, right? I mean, that wasn't that long ago. So you have this culture now of people who they don't really value babies and children that way. They don't see them as something that you protect regardless, and you attach yourself to mentally and emotionally regardless. Like that, they really do see those children as, a biological and literal legacy, and that's it, right? Like, and mothers probably just see them as a burden unless the child is attaching them to a man who's going to take care of them, because, I mean, in this case with
Mm-hmm.
this mother, right? I mean, she probably wouldn't much anyway if she's committing paternity fraud in that culture. But the fact that this child, well, maybe she knows the real father isn't gonna be much help and whatever, and is in essence going to trap her into being single, never getting married, so on and so forth. Right? She tried to pawn the kid off the best she could. Right. And once that man caught on, he was like, no, this kid's not getting my legacy, right? He's not my biology. He's not my responsibility. And that was it. And the whole family, the fact that the whole family could so fully not care or detach like that
Right.
that tells you, like, they were all raised now in this culture where children and babies don't have an inherent love and an inherent value like that, like they do here. It's crazy.
Ooh, child. Welcome, Vonda. Welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hey.
Hey, Shar. Hey, Ruby. Thanks
Hello.
for having me.
Anytime.
And happy birthday weekend, Miss Shar.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And I hope you have a blast of a weekend.
Thank you. Champagne on Sunday. Yes, yes.
There
And
you
Monday.
go.
Got to
Mm.
finish it up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this situation with this little tyke is pretty sad, as is with any child who is not claimed by their parents. Unfortunately, the father is unknown, but the mother knows who her kid is.
Yeah.
That's why they have that saying, mama's baby, daddy's maybe, because there's no question as to who the mother is. But depending on the situation with the mother, she realized that, you know what, if she didn't have an adequate father for this kid, if she doesn't want it, you know, so
Mm,
she's just gonna abandon it, and it's like, she's gonna strike out and do something else. And this poor little orphan kid has no idea who the father is, you know, and that's not any fault to the father because the father doesn't know, and you have to think, it's sad, how often does this happen? You know,
yeah.
a man, willy nilly gives his seed away and doesn't know where he planted it, and it it grew into a human. You have a whole human being, with your DNA just running around somewhere.
Mm. Poor child. Just, just got his back there and nobody's thinking about him. They like, oh, well, you going to come get him? No, I'm not going to go get him. What about you? Nope. Nope. I ain't going to do it. We'll talk on the phone, but that's it. I'm out. And they're out. Dang.
I guess it's like extra different though, right? Because, and I mean, I don't know how similar versus different China and Japan are, right? But, I remember DeAndre telling us that in Japan, like when two people separate, wherever the kid goes, right, they lose contact with their other biological parent. And if
True, true.
the biological parent they're with remarries, that's just their new dad or their new mom, and that's it. Like, you don't have contact with the other parent at all whatsoever. No visitation, no communication, no support, no nothing. If you want to go try to find them when you're an adult, I guess cool if you're down with that. But as far as the actual responsibility factor or contact, none at all. And it's like, to me, that's so unimaginable given the cultures that we're raised in, and that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like for them, that's just normal. That's just what it is. Like, I can't imagine that. Like, just someone else. You think about how many dramatic videos we have in the Western world of some woman, right? Or some
Mm-hmm.
man saying something about how you can't replace me. You ain't gonna be my kid's mama. You ain't gonna be my kid's daddy, right? Like, we have so much of that, right? We're so possessive of these biological creations of ours, even if we don't want to raise them. We're worthless in so many other ways. Like, that's mine, and you can't take that from me. You can't replace me. I'm always gonna be his mama, right? Like, we're so attached to that, but we forget in other cultures they're not cultured that way. And clearly in China, they're not cultured that way at all. I don't care if I raise you for 5 years. I'm just trying to figure out how I can get that 5 years of money and time and energy back. That's it. Because that was a waste. You're not even mine. Like, that's crazy to me. That's so crazy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, next up, I received this email from Sheed, and he wanted me to share this Karen. That's what he wanted me to do. So I'm going to share it with you as soon as I find it on my side. I don't know if you can make it big or not, but I'm going to play it. This Karen was fined $82,000 for being a Karen.
Ouch.
Let me make sure you hear it too.
Seats. The way the story goes is that the plane Karen was in was just about to land. And everyone who's been on a plane knows that when a plane is landing, you sit down and fasten your seatbelts. But just as the plane was about to land, Karen got out of her seats and she told the flight attendants to let her off immediately. When they refused, she actually went and tried to open the plane door by herself. And they tried to stop her, and that's when Karen started biting, punching, and kicking. So they restrained her, taped her mouth shut, and then duct taped her to the airplane seats. And when the plane landed and the doors opened, Karen was the last to leave, and as soon as she left, she got slapped with a fine for $82,000. That's a hell of a price to pay for a tantrum, Karen. Yeah, this Karen is taped to a friggin' air.
All right.
Whoa.
82 grand. Thank you so much, Sheed. Appreciate the Karen. That is a lot being fined because normally they get a slap on the wrist, nothing. But I love the way they taped her up. They taped her up real good.
That was a slap across her soul. $82,000 and the duct tape. That they slapped the soul out of Karen. And you know what? She probably deserved it.
Okay, gonna try to open the darn door. All right, what kind of stuff is that? Don't get on the plane and do whatever you want to do by yourself, lady. You don't get on the aircraft and then try to open up the darn door. These folks are getting worse and worse.
Well, she put the whole flight at risk if she's trying to open the door, and
Right.
they're like, this heifer won't sit down. Get the duct tape,
Okay. Get on gone, lady. Gee.
I feel like you guys are being too hard on her. I mean, with
Oh.
our freedoms and liberties. I mean, you should not. I mean, if you hold someone and you don't let them leave when they want to leave, isn't that kind of like kidnapping / false imprisonment? I mean, y'all have to think about it from the
Ruby.
side of essential freedoms and rights.
Absolutely not. That was a voluntary kidnapping. If that's the case, she volunteered to get her behind on that damn plane. She knew what the deal was. She bought the ticket, damn it. So when she bought the ticket for the flight, she knew that she was going to be in a bird up in the air.
Vonda, I feel like you're missing consent laws. I mean, no means no. At any given point, you can say, no, I'm ready to get off this train, and everything's supposed to stop, and that should include your flight. Okay, at any given point, you are done flying to wherever you go. You should
There's
be
such a
able to
point
get
of
off.
point of no return. I think once the bird has taken off, it's like, Karen, sit your ass down and hush. We've got a long flight ahead of us, and we don't need your shenanigans.
Girl, listen, I'm telling you, this is what we need to do. We need to do a couple things to help these Karens and Kens and the alt-right, right, maintain their rights and freedoms. Now, no, I'm telling you, this is going to cut this foolishness out by like 95% immediately. I'll tell you. First, you make an escape hatch at the bottom of the plane. Okay? So serious. Right? And then you have the whole entire thing, like, you know, the backpack with the parachute and stuff, right? You make them watch a 5-minute video of what they need to do, you know, so you jump out of the plane. This is how long you wait before you pull the parachute, otherwise you'll get sucked into the engine, etc. Right? Then you make them sign a consent form absolving you of all responsibility, because you let them know in no uncertain terms how stupid this is, and that even if they don't die on the way down, they're over the Atlantic Ocean or wherever, and so they're probably going to get drowned or get eaten by a shark. But nobody wants to infringe on their rights and freedoms, right? And you make sure that they read it, and if they don't want to, you read it out loud to them. And then that way, at that point, if they really want to go, you get them all strapped up, and then you open that hatch. I bet you the second that hatch opens, they will have a come to Jesus moment. Suddenly, they are not going to be so eager with their rights and freedoms. They are going to be very eager to go find their seat and shut up. Bet. I'm telling you, that's how you deal with these problems. Stop trying to tell them no. Stop trying to save them for their own good. You give them exactly what they're asking for. Make sure you set it up and explain. Yep, no, this is what we're doing. Rights and freedoms, you're absolutely right. No problem. I don't care what the problem is. There is a solution. You can leave at any time. Anytime. We'll bring you down to the hatch. Here's your thing. Here's your 5-minute tutorial. Here is your consent form, and I'm going to let you know where you're going to land. We write that on the form. You sign that you understand you're going to land in the ocean and that you do know how to swim. Probably not for 100 miles, but you know, hopefully long enough to tread water till someone saves you. Or maybe we'll give you like a small flotation device too, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Give her a flotation device, especially if she's in first class. Get her something to where she's gonna float for a little bit.
That's a good idea. If she's in first class, right, she gets her flotation device complimentary, right? But if she's not, she got to pay for it. And that's not our fault, right? Rights and freedoms is not entitlement to free stuff, right? So, I mean, hey, you should have bought the business class ticket if you wanted the free flotation device. And clearly you were planning this. So, you know, next time plan better. Bring your floaties and your carry-on with you. I don't know.
Dang. Okay. All right, Ruby. Well, I want you to explain this, because for some reason, when it comes down to restaurants and people don't get the service that they want, or they have to pay extra for sauce, in this particular case, they didn't want to pay the dollar something for the extra sauce for their fries. And it's something about fries too. You know, these ladies, they did what they did, and then they twerked. So I don't know what it is with the twerking. You tear up the place and you twerk. I don't know, but let's take a look.
Complete chaos inside a fast food restaurant as angry customers trash the place. The shocking video shows 3 women hurling glass bottles and all sorts of things at the servers. The violent episode happened around 4:10 in the morning at Bell Fries on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. At one point, they even leaped over the counter to continue their attack. So, what got them so riled up? Can you believe they were reportedly furious about being charged $1.75 for extra sauce?
All 3 women were arrested and faced multiple charges.
Of course they were.
I'm pretty sure. What is that all about? Just what's really going on?
Alcohol. That is all that was. Them heifers went to the club. They got out the club and they were under the influence of alcohol and they wanted their food. And it
Mhm.
and so anything that didn't go their way, they were going to be belligerent. Those ladies were not just, just regular women.
Mm,
Well,
mm, mm.
yeah. And you know what the sad thing is, right? And I saw this countless times uh throughout my younger years, we'll say, up to like my mid 20s when I stopped going out really, right? But the toughest, meanest, baddest people, like for real ones, don't do stuff like this, right? What happens is the ones that know that they're fraudulent, right? They talk a big game, but they don't actually follow through on stuff and so on and so forth. Now you get a bunch of those in a group with maybe one who likes to run their mouth and maybe follow through. And what you get is group hysteria. And it's a big problem,
Mm,
actually. People will do things in a group that they would never do on their own, right? What you just need is the desire to belong, right? People who are acting a little bit fraudulently, like they know that they're pretending a little bit that they're tough or they're, whatever, that they've done stuff, right? And then you need one person who's the instigator or the leader who is down for the behavior. But what happens is the person who's down for the behavior, they might have cussed you, they might have thrown something at you or whatever.
mm.
But the people who are weaker, who are basically the Goonies, right? They're the little lackeys on the side. They have to try to one up, right? They anything other than one upping the leader is going to make them look weaker or whatever. So now, if what the main person did was cuss them and throw a little thing, now the one on the side over here, she got to throw a big thing. And then the one over here throw a big thing. She got to throw a big thing into some glass and break it. You see what I'm saying? And so it escalates. This is group hysteria foolishness that
Yeah.
never would have happened if they were alone, and never would have happened if they weren't a bunch of weak, cowardly frauds. Yeah, yeah, that's what I got to say. Oh,
Well said.
All
thank you,
right.
thank you.
But what about the twerk? Anything you got on the twerk part?
That
Oh,
that was drunkenness. They're like,
yeah.
oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's do a twerk. I mean, I don't understand how twerk fits into everything.
Okay.
Um, you know what? I couldn't twerk to save my life. If
Right.
there was a gunman in my face with a gun and he's like, you know what, woman, you're gonna twerk or you're gonna die. I'd be like, oh my God, let me call my family, tell them to plan it right now, because I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. It's just right now, with social media and
Mhm.
internet, there is this big fascination with twerk.
Mhm.
And but the problem that I have with it is that it's demonized. It's like, oh my
Mhm.
God, you are the most horrible person in the world if you even shake a cheek. If you twerk a cheek in any way, shape, or form, you're the worst woman that ever could have been created. And you know what? I just think it's just a little bit too much.
Mhm.
You know, it's just outrageous. But these women are not representative of a whole collective. These
Right.
women are representative of people who, when they get out the club and they're drunk and things don't go their way, they're belligerent.
Mhm.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know. I don't think it's going too far. The reason my issue is not the concept of twerking, it's the inappropriateness of being unable to separate club behavior from restaurant behavior, from midday walking down the block, and in polite company behavior. No, seriously, right? I mean, like, again, listen, I'm not saying, for example, government representatives should not twerk in their spare time, but to use a
Mhm.
video of you twerking with your bare ass on top of your head and whatever, to then say vote for me, right? Like, there's a problem with that, in my opinion, and I think that that's why it gets demonized, because it's not being demonized. Oh, she's working in the club. Oh God, look, she's working again to this song. No, people are getting demonized because why are you twerking in this place, in this scenario, in bright light? There's no music. Like, why is this happening? Why do you feel the need to do this, right? Like, it's not something. When I try to think back to like, okay, Black culture in general, we like to rap, we like to sing, we're very musical, we like to move and stuff, right? But I think of the difference between doing a little happy dance, right, that involves some type
Yeah.
of skill, some type of, you're doing like something cool, right? It's
Yeah,
like a
like a
skill of,
line type dance or something.
yeah, right.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, there's a difference between doing that. It's not overtly sexual. There's some skill to it. Everyone could join in without, sexualizing themselves. Maybe a little kid could even do it, and it's okay, right? So it's okay for you to do it in polite company or whatever. I think for me, it's the overt sexuality of this thing. It serves no purpose except to draw sexual attention to your booty, right? Like it, and that's what you're gonna do, like,
Hmm.
like, I don't know. It's just that's my problem with it, really. Just pick something else. Like we have so many dances. Can't you, do
Nope.
the Soldier Boy or something? You know what I mean? Like,
Nope.
just
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Clap them cheeks. You gotta understand. That's how it's all about.
God, man, it's like being a stripper in a restaurant, being a stripper in the middle of the daytime, being a stripper on the beach. Like, do we all like? Can't we celebrate another way? Just please, please. And I say a stripper for the record because the only person I knew who could twerk was this white girl, and she was a stripper. That's why she knew how to. No one else I knew, But we're like Jamaican, so we whine. We didn't really twerk, right?
Yes, a
But
difference. Yeah.
yeah, there is a difference, right? And the only person I knew who could twerk and knew how was this white girl, and she knows how because girls at her workplace taught her, and the workplace I'm talking about is a strip club, so stripper. That's why I said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This the only thing that's a downer here. The only story I have. And I saved it next to last. Um, yeah, let me just play it.
Tonight. He officially first bonded out on Friday, and then just 2 days later, prosecutors say he killed both his ex-girlfriend, his stepdad, and critically stabbed his mom. In a court hearing earlier today, a judge acknowledged action didn't come fast enough.
And although it's far too little, far too late.
Judge Kenneth King's heartbreaking words show a stark reality as Jonathan Welch appeared in court on video.
This is the court's worst nightmare, worst possible scenario that could happen, and that a witness has been killed after the defendant was placed on bond.
In mid-June, Welch was charged with several felonies, including torture. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office says Welch viciously attacked and sexually assaulted his ex-girlfriend. Prosecutors then say 36th District Court Magistrate Don White set Welch's bond at $100,000, 10% cash surety. After posting the $10,000 bond, Welch walked out of jail on Friday. By Sunday,
and they let him out of jail, and he killed my sister. He killed my sister.
Prosecutors say Welch barricaded himself in his mom's Harper Woods home, shot at police, and set the house on fire. He's also accused of killing his ex-girlfriend, Zalea Frazier, his stepdad, Robert Bray Jr., and critically stabbing his mom.
They should never let him out of prison. I don't have nothing to say.
Because he wasn't incarcerated, she is now dead. His father's now dead. His mother's in a hospital bed, and he's got a baby out there. In most likelihood, never see his father again, and I'll never have a chance to know the baby's mother.
Attorney James Gallen Jr. says one purpose of bond is to protect the public.
Allegations are one of the things they take into consideration. There's a number of factors that are supposed to be taken into consideration when a judge or magistrate setting a bond.
Regarding the bond initially set by the magistrate,
I do believe it was too low. 23 years old, a time bomb. And I'm not saying that the magistrate or judge could have predicted that, but with the charges and the nature of the charges, it should have been apparent that society needed big protection.
We reached out to Magistrate White, and we'll let you know when we hear back. Meanwhile, Brianna says the system failed her sister.
It's broken. It's definitely broken. They should never let him out.
Welch is now charged with 19 counts, including premeditated murder. This time, he's in jail with no bond. Reporting live from...
You know, I get they think that it was low bond, but $10,000 cash to post with being a 23-year-old, I get why they think that was high enough. Now, I don't know the details with the torture, but just the word torture is enough.
Right.
You know, that was enough for me. And then you had the other assault. So you had the sexual one and then the torture. That was enough to say, look, something's going on with this dude.
Right.
He has no place to go. He can stay right here.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say, they gave him a bond, and usually when they put a bond, they don't, give you a bond and say, okay, we're gonna give you something that you can afford. He's 23 years old. I'm sure he
Hmm.
didn't have, his best friend go down to the bank and pull out the $10,000 to get him out. 9 times out of 10, his mama is the one who got him out, and he tried to kill her. It was an actual family member that posted the bond to get this fool out, and he tried to kill everybody. His mother, his stepfather, his child's mother. He tried to kill everybody, the people who were in place that would have, most likely would have helped him.
Hmm.
I'm going to assume it was his mother that got him out. And I don't know where his head was that he was like, you know what? All y'all got to go.
Let me set the house on fire. Oh,
Right
there's police. Let me shoot at them.
now,
What is that? All I mean, I get you don't want to go to jail, but you knew. Come on
right.
now. You know the
Okay. What made him think
consequences.
that killing the whole family was going to get him out of going to jail? The whole thing does not make any sense. Now, me personally, had that been a child of mine or a relative, you know, usually when stuff like that happens, you have a pretty good idea. Now, with that particular situation,
Hmm.
he did something to his child's mother.
Yeah.
Maybe they've had a volatile relationship and he's accused of this. Son, cousin, nephew, I'm not, no, I'm not bailing you out. I'm sorry. You need to just stay right there where you are, and you just, take the chances when the case starts, when the court case starts. But as far as, bonding him out, what was the point of bonding him out?
I disagree with you. I don't think anyone in his family bonded him out. I think
Hmm.
that I think they're on drugs and they sell drugs, banging, whatever. I think one of his boys is who bonded him out ultimately because you put $10,000 cash up front. He might even have had that much cash money. Because I mean, honestly, when I saw this picture, I just thought, I mean, he looks high as hell to me, right? And
Hmm.
a lot of people um, end up kind of screwing over their lives because they, start selling that first to make money, and then they start testing their own product, and then, well, the rest is history. And so I think that the money either came from his own ill-begotten gains, and he sent someone to get it for him or transferred it, whatever, or one of his boys, someone from the block, whatever, bonded him out. And the reason why I think, because there's a few reasons why I think that. I mean, we'd have to hear all the details to come out once he goes to court and stuff.
Right.
But it if you're gonna kill your baby moms, right? You tend to, that's where your focus is, right? So it might be your baby moms and your baby mom's her mom, her this, her that, whoever's in the vicinity, right?
Hmm.
You don't tend to go, kill your baby moms, and then you're gonna go over here and get your moms, and then your stepdaddy, and it's like it seems as though he had a vendetta,
Hmm.
right? And so if the woman was the kind of woman who's gonna bail him out anyway, and then help so he could see his kid anyway, and da 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 da, I don't think he would
Hmm.
have really had a vendetta against her, you know. So that suggests to me that she actually, and also I think that people who do stuff like this, they have been problematic and scary for a long time, and that everyone breathes
Yeah.
a sigh of relief when they get arrested, and they're not trying to help you get out, which even might be where the vendetta came from. His mom was not trying to help him get out. Maybe the mom was not trying to help him see his kid. Maybe even all the mom was getting to see the kid. or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that. It seems more like that type of scenario to me, where he was on a vendetta. You know, it was to get rid of these women, and he felt like they were conspiring against him. Whatever. The stepfather was just in the way. That's what I think. That's what I think the details are going to be really when they come out.
No, I'm gonna give you some pushback on that. There is no way in hell he got any type of a friend that's gonna put up $10,000 to get him out. This dude's 23 years old. He's got a whole lot of other issues going on. You could barely get your boy to buy you a freaking, Happy Meal, at McDonald's, much less $10,000. The only type of person who would do that is a mother who loves her son. A mother
You don't
who
want bangers,
a
because
woman
they're in
that
a
believes
gang.
in her child. There's no way any other grown ass man put up this type of money to get this grown ass fool out. His mom, I'll bet my bank account his mama got him out.
I would bet too. You know why? Just because not only have I like heard and seen those stories in the news, but I've heard those and seen those stories in real life too. If he's selling drugs, he's in a gang or whatever, right? And he says, and obviously like they talk to each other, so they would know if he made that much money, if he has that much product on him, so on and so forth. So if they go and just front that money for him, they're gonna get. As soon as they picked him up for the jail, they drove him to wherever he's got that product. He exchanged that product for his freedom, and now that's his $10. He can do what he wants with it. So, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, again, I'm making some assumptions here. I know that because I don't know if he was in a gang. I don't know if he sells drugs. I'm pretty sure he's high in this picture. Right? No, I am. I'm pretty sure he's high in this picture. He looks high and he looks mean, and that's why I put the two and two together, that he's in a gang. And that he's selling drugs instead of using his own product. It made him more angry, more violent, more vicious. And generally, people don't like to play with that. They're not going to intentionally. Your mom is generally not going to call the police on you, but like she's going to hem and haw and pretend that she ain't got the money. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm going to try, son, but she's not going to actually try to get you out because she's scared of you too. You know what I mean? Like she's not trying to really help you. She wants you to stay in there, maybe clean out a little bit, maybe whatever. But again, just because if she really bailed him out, if she did, right? I think about it that way. He would have had no vendetta, no reason to come for her. If anything, he would have needed her because he would need that financial support system when he's in prison. So she would have been the one person who lived, right? The stepfather would be dead, right? He never would have hurt her at all, right? He would have slaughtered everyone except for her, because she's the one that has already proven she has no good judgment. She loves her son above all else.
Have you ever heard of the term "bite the hand that feeds you"? Kids do it all the time. And you know what? I'm sorry. I feel like this dude's mom, because Show wasn't his stepdaddy. His mama bailed him out. And because think about it like this, if the mama was not going to bail him out, then that means that, obviously she was not, for the shit that he went to jail for. So if she didn't bail him out, you're not coming to my home. I don't give a damn. You're not about to, bail out and bond to my home. Usually when you bond somebody out, you're taking the responsibility of saying, hey, I'm going to bond this person out and I'll be responsible for them, even though they're a whole grown human being, but I'll be responsible. And if they don't show up to court, you can take the money that I put down. So I'm sorry, only a mother would do some shit like that.
No, but you don't have to do that though. You know what? There's so the guy he's famous for what's it called? Swatting people. Like he even swatted like big people like on TV, senators, Pizzaville, whatever. And then the whole drama was basically that someone dared him to swat, and his swatting ended up getting someone killed. Right. So now he's in prison. But anyway, I was watching the documentary of this. Now, at one point, he got arrested for an earlier crime, and his grandmother was scared of him. Right. So even though he used to live with his grandma, she said, you can't come here. I don't care how and when you get out of prison. You can't come here. But guess where he went? First place he showed up. even though she said you can't come here. That's what he put on his bond or parole form, whatever, right? Because you have to give them somewhere. I can't remember if it's parole, but either way, you still have to give them the place that you're going to, like a fixed address. And then he just slept in her backyard at night, didn't even tell her like he had gotten out or he was there, and waited because he knew that when she wakes up in the morning, she always goes out into the backyard and whatever. And he just waited for her to do that and just sauntered into the house. And she's scared of him, right? So she waited until he left and then called the police, right? But, you know, Black people tend not to call the police on their kids. Out of all the things they're willing to do, they tend not to call the police on their kids the way white folk would do more often than not. But the reason why I told that story is to prove exactly how that address could have gotten on them forms, because they don't call the mama and say, are you sure you're going to take your kid? They should, but they don't really do that. You have to give an address and then you have to prove you're at that address, right? But in between of the two things, right, especially if his address is on his driver's license or whatever, more often than not, they don't double check any of that. So then he just shows up over there. You're scared of your kid. You know he's violent. You know he's scary. You don't know, and you know he's unpredictable. You don't know if he's had drugs today. You don't know. You probably, you open the door and he's there. What you gonna do? Try to close the door before he can burst it down and hurt you? I'm just saying.
Both are good points, and
my point is better, Char.
I like that.
I just had to say that.
Okay.
His mama bailed him out, damn it. His mama did it. And look at how he repaid her. He tried to kill her.
And burn the house down.
And burn the house down. Well, I guess we will see. You got to put a pin in this story.
Yeah. What was his end game? Did he think? I mean, you trying to burn the house? You burning the evidence? You gonna the whole thing that you did to your girlfriend that didn't happen? It's like, dude, he didn't get out of anything. He killed all these people because he's wrapped up in his own crazy mind about what he wants. He didn't get what he wants, so now he gonna kill everybody.
That's what I'm saying. You don't annihilate. You don't become. So men are more likely than women to become family annihilators, where they slaughter their entire family or whatever, right? And family annihilators are not killing everyone in essence to get something, to get out of trouble or whatever. That's normally not what the motivation is. There's normally a few different types that you could fall under, right? But that's normally not the motivation, right? And in fact, strangely enough, some of them will do this, kill their whole family, and then call police and say, "Yeah, I killed my family." And then like they're cool to you. They'll admit it. They'll take their life in prison. And you're like, "Why did you do this? What? Why didn't you just leave? Why didn't you just whatever?" Right? And it's just like, no, it doesn't. But it's like the male brain and expectations and ego and insult and, you know, being a man and defending that and all that stuff. Like it works in a way that honestly is never going to make sense to women. Let's be real, right? Because like that's stupid. I'm not going to give up the whole rest of my life, right? Because you hurt my ego, or because you have unrealistic expectations about me, or because I don't want you to look down on me or whatever. My whole life? No. No, right? Right? Men are more likely to do stupid things like that. Let's be real. Sorry, men. But it's true. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Well, I'll lead into, you know, stupid things. I wouldn't really call this stupid, but I'll just say, you know, sometimes men, they like fairy tales just like we do, you know, and it's not surprising. It always stems online sometimes. And in this case, that's what this story is about, you know, the catfishing online. And it'll be interesting. So let's begin, good folks.
All right.
Alrighty.
Dinez, Donald, and Jody have all been involved in multiple romance scams online. We will break all three of these victims' stories down and hopefully help you understand why they're still talking to their scammers. First up is Dinez from Florida. He has a long list of scammers he's dealt with in the past and needs help with this current online relationship with a woman named Angie from Roosevelt, California. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this.
Hello, Social Catfish. My name is Denez Stallworth. I'm currently living in Tallahassee, Florida. Been living in Tallahassee all of my life. I work at a community college. A very nice, outgoing guy. Try to do the right thing. Very church going. I feel like I've been catfished. Just need some clarification in the truth. If it's not her, then, I'm willing to leave her alone.
Denez has had a long history with romance scammers. He wants to make sure he gets it right this time.
I started online dating in 2018 on Facebook. There was this girl that contacted me and lived in the Philippines. Her name was Sharia.
Shari and Denez began to speak every day after meeting on Facebook. It was only a matter of time before she asked him for money. Denez wanted to meet her in person, and he was willing to do.
Baby, I really need money to a couple of $500 to pay down some bills.
Whatever it took.
When Valentine's Day came, I happened to go to the mall here in my hometown and buy her something for Valentine's Day. And when I sent the gift over to the Philippines, I didn't hear from her anymore. Now, me and her, we video chat all day, every day. She was real. It's just the fact. When I sent her the gift for Valentine's Day, I never did hear back from her. I had got my passport and everything. I had planned to go see her. And when she did what she did, just cut ties with her.
After conversing with Sherry for about a year, Denez had already sent her over $8,000. Sherry completely disappeared from Denez and never replied after receiving her Valentine's gift. But Denez wasn't finished online dating just yet.
Then I tried Tagged. And when I tried Tagged, I met this girl by the name of Juliet. Some kind of way I got on YouTube and found out that it wasn't the real her.
Denez came across an old episode about a man named Donald from Texas.
I mean, I just really hoping and praying that everything is real. She made me feel that everything is real. Everything is legit. I mean, even when we get out of disagreement, it's like, well, maybe I'm overthinking it.
We helped Donald through his romance scam and found the person that his scammer was impersonating.
She has her nickname on the necklace, Morris. So she's actually an adult actress. She's very well known on OnlyFans under her name, Queen D. And she actually does really well for herself on OnlyFans.
Unfortunately, Denez had already sent over $10,000 to Juliet before.
Baby, I really need a couple of $500. Pay down on some bills,
You know what? She was calling herself Juliet, but real person is on Instagram, and her name is Damaris, which means I was lied to for the second time.
He confronted Juliet about not being who she claimed to be and then blocked her.
Oh, right. How did you figure it out?
He finally met the woman of his life.
So about a year or two ago, I happened to be on Instagram. Angie's picture popped up. Me being the person that I am, I was like, she's mighty fine. She's pretty or whatever. I inboxed her and whatnot, and we exchanged our social media accounts, and we went sending pictures to each other, and it was love. It was basically love messages every day. It was awesome. Hey baby, how you doing? You're so sweet to me. I love you. I had so many of those messages in my phone, I can't even remember half of those messages, but I do remember her, saying she loved me, and I was telling her I loved her back. I would call her my sweet angel. She would call me very nice and sweet.
She would call
I did love her. I loved her.
Denez was.
I want to be with you forever, my love.
You know what? I'm gonna say right now, I'm sorry. Excuse me, but I do not feel any sympathy for these men. I don't know how the hell you're gonna send any woman, sight unseen, skin untouched, $8,000 to $10,000 of your hard-earned money. This is ridiculous. Now, you know what? Y'all can blame the women. You can sit up there and say the women were sharks and they misled these men, but these men are stupid as hell that they would send money overseas to women that they don't freaking know. Anytime a woman is sitting up there asking you, I need $500, that's the smallest amount. They're asking for $500. You don't even know her freaking social security number, her birth date, and you're sending it to a foreign country? Dude, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. I'm sorry, these men can sit up there and cry all day long. You're not getting any sympathy from me whatsoever. You sent your money out there because you gambled and you thought that you was going to end up with a beautiful wife, and this is what she does for a living. She suckers men out of their goddamn money. And that's what these women did to these dumb men. They were dumb. I'm sorry. They were dumb.
Oh, you're so harsh, Fonda. Just
no,
so
I'm
harsh.
Char.
I mean, the gentleman, all he wanted to do is try to find him some
You know what?
love.
No, he didn't.
He wanted to find some love.
No, he didn't.
You don't pay for love. Love does not have a dollar amount on it like that. You don't pay for love.
Well, he did. He wanted to pay for it. He got every day. He got, I love you.
He
you
didn't get
sweet
a hand
to
job.
me.
He didn't get a sloppy toppy. He didn't get.
Well, he was about to. Well, he thought he was about to. You
No,
know,
he was not paying for love. Stop it. No, because here's
that's
the thing.
what he said. I'm not.
You know what? If there was one ugly chick, one fat chick, one clearly actually within his dating pool chick, then I would believe, yeah, he was looking for love. No, he wasn't. It was a very conditional thing. He was looking for a super hot, young, nubile chick to choose him and validate his existence as a real man. That's what he was really looking for. And that is how he got suckered so quickly and so easily by so many women. It's the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over again. It's not even like a different scenario. It could be the exact same woman. Like, so I swear to God, it could just be the same woman. She just has to change her profile picture every 6 to 8 months. Because
right. She already know who the sucker is. It's like,
Right.
okay, I'm about to come at this fool again with a different name.
Right.
You know, instead of, Amber, I'll be my pay.
Yeah.
Call me my pay. I need money for, chopsticks or whatever. Shit.
Right, and it's the easiest thing in the world. A woman who showers you constantly, telling you about how sweet you are, and she loves you and how nice you are to her all the time. She's buttering you up so that way you keep giving her stuff, and because you don't want to be called mean by her, right? You're gonna keep giving her stuff like an idiot, right? Like I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for them either, because at the end of the day, he knew none of these women looking at them, right? These women were not in his range, right? But he was hoping for a miracle. And you know what? Listen, when you play the lotto, right, it's only a 1 in a million shot that it's for real, and you take your chances anyway. And he knew that's what he was doing, and so I don't feel bad for him at all.
Shame.
Let me change my damn profile, because what the hell?
Right?
You got to think about it, though. He was listing, he mentioned the word YouTube, and that's how he found one of them that wasn't who she said she was. So I'm pretty sure he ran into some other things. So he was just going by the playbook that, the women are more submissive outside the United States. So that was a good place for him to start, going outside of that, talk to those women. So he tried. He had his passport. He was ready to go. It's just that
he didn't know what he was doing. I'm sorry, he didn't know what he was doing.
He tried though.
I'm sorry, they were too desperate. That's desperate. You don't send nothing and nobody no goddamn $500, and you don't know anything okay, ladies, who the hell would you send $500 to? And that's what we're talking about. We're going to start with $500 because it seemed like these men were sending money in, the amounts of $500 increments. So who the hell would you send $500 to, would you send $500 to, Long John Dong, over in Vietnam, sight unseen? You don't know anything about this man. All he sent you was a picture. You don't even know if you're sending the money to the person in the freaking picture. It's called catfish.
Mm-hmm.
These men have no idea who they sent their money to. They don't know. $8,000? Who's got that kind of bread to just be giving it away to nothing or nobody? They didn't even freaking give it to an escort where they tricked it off. That wasn't even tricking.
Right.
They didn't even trick the money off. At least when you're tricking, you get
got something. Yeah.
little booty or something. They didn't get a fingernail from these chicks, a toenail. They got absolutely nothing. So they weren't even tricking. They were just straight up just sending money to a bottomless pit.
Yep. Pretty much.
Well, you got to look at it. He looked at it as he was getting something.
What?
And the first lady, he got messages and FaceTime. So he got something. That was something that worked for him.
That wasn't enough face for
You can get that for
$500.
free.
That
Right.
wasn't enough face. That face, that was not enough face.
There's a lot of lonely chicks out there, man. You just be like, listen, I know you ugly and you fat, right? I want to talk to a hot chick. You want to talk to a hot dude. So I'll send you pictures of a hot dude. You send me pictures of a hot chick and let's talk. Right? Like, I mean, come on. You can do that for free. Y'all both get your fix. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I understand you getting taken once. I do. Right? Because, you're younger. It's your first experience. You believe all the hype and then you learn the hard way. Cool. But we're about to hit story number 3.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I don't even feel sorry for what happened for the first one now because you didn't learn anything, right? You don't see the problem. So, you know what? You're happy with this arrangement. You are very happy with having people steal your money from you, right? Because that's how you see it after the fact. Well, you're a liar. So this is ill-begotten gain. So you're okay. So if that was really her, if it was really her face, that was really her, you were fine with her just taking tens of thousands of dollars from you as long as it was really her, with no gain for you. You were good with that? Like, no, you don't deserve your money. Clearly, you don't need it. You know what? In fact, listen, classic Ruby. That's what I am on all platforms, right? If you need someone, you have an extra $10,000, you don't want it anymore. At classic Ruby at Instagram. Just send it through. You don't even have to waste all that extra time and energy. Just send it through. It's fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a little bit more.
Was falling for Angeline, and the relationship became more intimate.
The person that was in the pictures, tall, beautiful, long brown hair, big breasts, nice hips, nice waist, very attractive young lady. She would send me pictures of her in bikinis and stuff. And it would turn me on, but she would tell me that she's at the beach or she's on a yacht somewhere or she was in New York at the beach. It was basically a good thing up until I found out the whole truth.
At this point, Dinez had sent $8,000 to Cherie, $10,000 to Juliet, and another $10,000 to his current online lover, Angie. This guy has been on a roller coaster with these scammers. Angie and Dinez had been communicating for a couple of months now. Dinez felt that things were going great until they planned to meet each other.
It's like every time I get paid, she knew when I got paid, and she would always tell me she was hungry, and I would go ahead. I would feel sorry.
Idiot.
Go ahead and send her the money. It led up to her wanting to come and see me. I sent her the link of how much the bus ticket would be from Houston to here. She told me to go and get like a Google Play card or a Nike card to put the money on so she could get the ticket. I did send her money twice for a Greyhound bus ticket.
Twice!
To come
You
and see me.
see?
She sends me a text message after I had heard from her within a couple of days. My friend was driving me. We was in Mississippi and we stopped for gas and we got robbed, this, that, and forth. Something kept telling me something ain't right, something ain't right, something ain't right.
But he sent her money for the second one.
I found out that she wasn't the real person that I thought she was. real name is Angelina Verona, but the person that was sending me the pictures of this particular person, I guess her name is Angela Brooks.
So to sum up everything, Dinez thought he was talking to this woman. He ran a reverse image search on our site, socialcatfish.com, and was able to find out who the real person in the photos was. She was an Instagram model by the name of Angie Verona. She has nothing to do with this at all. Dinez confronted the fake profile and she confessed that she was lying to him.
I want to say she finally confessed who she was. When she sent me her real pictures, what I'm trying to find out is that the real person or not. My relationship with her for right now, it's okay, but we kind of still on bad terms.
It's okay.
I can't really trust her because of what she did. If this is her for real. I reached out to Social Catfish because I want to know if this is the real person that I'm talking to. If it's not, I want to go on ahead and move on with my life.
Of course it's not.
Dinez's story is an example of a person who has been put on a scammer list, also known as the sucker list.
The sucker
what
list.
you may
Yeah, I
not
was
know
ready to
is
say
when you
that.
fall for a scam and send money, you get added to a scammer's database of victims. You will get
dumbass.
scammers coming out of the woodwork trying different angles to take advantage of you. Once a scammer has confirmation that you are willing to send money online, your information either gets sold or the scammer will just make several different fake profiles until you have fallen for the right one.
All right, that's our break right there. Lord have mercy.
I'm in the wrong profession, Char.
Right?
These women didn't even have to lift a pinky toe to get this dang on $500 increments from these fools. These fools.
Bro, all I gotta say is that winter came. If winter came for women, winter was bright and shiny and very prosperous. Cause I don't know where that winter is at. I'm looking for it still. Where's winter? Where's winter? Okay. Just checking.
You know what? At this point, these guys are showing their face at how dumb they are. You know, it's one thing to say, "Oh, you know what? I was duped. You know, this one time. You know, I learned my lesson." This fool, 10,000, 8,000, and another. Are you kidding me? Let me send him my profile.
Right?
Of some of my page picture. I won't even have my picture on there.
You don't need to.
I'll have my page pictures on there. Shit.
Dude, you know what? You don't even the most amazing thing about it, right? He's like, so I sent her the money, and then she's like, my friend was driving me, and then we got held up and whatever, and he started feeling funny about it at that point. So then he sent her more money for another bus ticket. Like that's what he said. He said he sent her money for two bus tickets, and none of those made it to her being on a bus on her way there. But the first one, she got robbed, and he felt funny about it. Like I want y'all to listen to what he said. I started thinking something was wrong at that point. So instead of ever investigating, right, especially after the last one where I found out, oh, this is actually this is a porn star, not a real person. And so when this woman, who's super gorgeous and too good to be true, shows up, I don't reverse image search her at all. I just believe that she must, someone who looks like her, right, really wants you, even though you have no evidence in your real life that has ever been true for you. But okay, cool. And then when you feel really funny about it, right, you think, oh, maybe things are a little off, right? To test it, you just send her more money for a bus ticket. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm done with him. No, he deserves everything he gets. Everything. She's gonna be fat. She's gonna be like 60. She's gonna be missing teeth. She's gonna be hideous, and she always was. Right? She's gonna have 17 kids. She's gonna be a grandma. She's already married, and all of that money he just paid for her and her husband's new roof. Right? Their new TV. Right? You know.
They got a new stove. He done bought them a stove.
Right? She's not even available, right? He just sits over her shoulder and says, baby, say this.
Memory foam mattress.
Yep. Yo, the whole nine, a new car, trust. And the husband's in on it too. He's like, this idiot. Man, this sucker's list is for real, babe. Who else can we hit up? That's what's happening over there. Okay.
Yeah, that is very lucrative business. And to be able to contact a guy, just put your face out, well, put the picture out there, and then he's like, oh, she looks interesting. Let me message her. Hi, handsome. How you doing? Oh, I'm so hungry. Oh, you deserve it. Can you get me something to eat? $500 would probably be great. Okay.
I want some McDonald's. Can you send me $500?
No, you know why? Because it just reminded me when he said, "You need to eat, babe." It reminded me of something Mr. Rube says to me about my life constantly, right? But the way that that conversation starts is never, it never was, "I know you just got paid." And, coincidentally, now is the time that I'm suddenly starving to death with no money to eat. Right? Like that was never the conversation that happened, right? Like I'll be irresponsible as far as like I'll forget that I'm supposed to eat because I got things to do or I'm distracted or whatever, and he'll be like, "No, baby, you need to eat," or I'll be trying to penny pinch, and I'll be like, "No, no, no, it's okay. I'll just eat some chips or whatever tonight for dinner." And he'll be like, "No, you need to eat, babe." Right? But what never has ever happened in the history of the reality that is Ruby's life is I had the unmitigated gall to start off my sentence with saying, "I know you just got paid." I, coincidentally, as soon as you just got paid, I happen to run out of all my money and I'm going to starve to death unless you feed me. What? What? Wait, no, he deserves this. I'm sorry, he deserves this, right? There are some, and I'm not just saying it because he's a man, okay? Because there are some women, you listen to their life story and you listen to their tragic series of unfortunate idiot events, right? And you're like, no, she deserves it. No, she likes her misery just fine. I'm not trying to save her, nothing. She likes this. That's how I feel about him. He likes this. No, I'm done. I'm done. No, I can't. I'm going to sleep now, Shar. I'm sorry. I don't need to be here. I've already told you. I'm done with it. God.
Oh, don't be like that.
Ugh.
So there's, well, two more we're going to hit up.
Okay.
All right.
I'll hang in there.
2 more fools? Sure.
Oh, they're not fools. They're hopeless loves. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, fools.
Idiots.
Oh, don't be like that.
Sure.
Donald from Texas is a perfect example. While we were digging into all of Dinez's information, we received a text from Donald. He wanted us to assist him in getting Linda to the United States. We were shocked because we had already proved that Linda was a scammer in a previous episode. Let's hear what Donald has to say.
Well, I got your text message. You were saying that you wanted to try to figure out how to get Linda to the United States.
After we talked, I showed her the video. I explained the video to her. I explained the situation. And I'm like, if you needed money, you should have just told me that. Then she went into detail that it wasn't that she was planning on doing that. And her grandmother got sick and she took the money and used it for that. Then I'm like, if you can't be real with me, ain't no sense in us talking because you got me believing this person, this picture is you and it's not you. I can prove it's not you.
So what does she look like?
She's black, she's short, small figured. We video chatted a couple of times.
Hey Donald. So yeah, this is where I stay. I stay here.
Did she look completely different from the girl you thought you were talking to?
Yes.
Yeah, she
when
black.
She started explaining her situation. I mean, most of them does have that same situation, was don't have anything, living in a bad atmosphere or lifestyle or whatever. And then when she started showing me, sending me pictures and stuff of like how she really lived and not the glamorous life, it was more like, okay, well, this is more down to earth type of person.
How old is the mother to your son?
Yeah, she's 30, and the one before that, she's probably 35. I've never dated a woman I've dated one close to my age, but then we never connected because either they already was set in their mind, and I didn't want to do what they wanted to do, and I like to be me.
Does she look like these types of chicks, like BBL,
Yep.
Instagram model,
No, not really.
Cancun, Miami?
She's pretty. She's beautiful. She don't have that shape, but hey, the pictures that I seen of Linda now, she's above Linda.
Okay.
She has a beautiful face and she looks, but now she done got a little bigger.
And how old are you, Donald?
61.
Okay. I'm going to look at your Instagram messages. I'm going to try to weave out who's a fake and who's real, and I'll get back to you, okay?
All right.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, later.
Donald and Dinez have a lot in common. They've both been through several scams. Their inboxes are filled with scammers, and they just can't seem to find a real person online. The reason is the scammers are flooding all their accounts with fake women. We believe that both of these men are on the scammer list. After looking through Donald's DMs, we found that 95% of the women that wrote him on Instagram were all scammers. So we looked into everything, all three of the women. So we did a little bit of clicking around on Shari's profile.
And actually what we found in that is that the profile was inactive, and she kept a photoshopped image of you and her together. Now, this is a huge red flag that we see with many scammers online. They bring you into their lives, into their social media accounts, and then once the scam is over, they let that social media account go.
And most of her friends we saw were from Nigeria. Although not all scams come from Nigeria, it's just a huge red flag for a woman in the Philippines to have a bunch of friends in Nigeria. And also this ties back to a romance scam.
We don't believe Shari has anything to do with the woman in the photos. And unfortunately, this was a fake profile. If you were in contact with someone and you were calling and or video chatting, more than likely they were hired as part of a larger scam organization to take advantage of you and unfortunately dupe you using a fake account.
In other words, this was somebody else portraying her or something like that?
It could be they had someone that looked very similar to the woman in the photos, and they used her as bait to get you to send money and to believe that she was real. Or all of the video chats were created and premeditated, basically.
That wasn't her?
Because of how inactive this account is, because of the connections to Nigeria, and because it is very common for scammers to contact people, finish a scam so that they don't get in too much trouble and let go of social media accounts, we believe that Sharia was another romance scammer.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever video chatted Angie?
I have not.
When you chat with Angie, what are your conversations about the future?
Bro,
She really wants to be here.
Bro.
She's tired of being in California.
Send me money.
You know, she wants to make a family
No,
with
I'm
me.
done with
She's
him.
in love
I'm
with
done
me.
with him forever.
Just all,
No.
you know,
No.
Give
sorts of
me
things.
his-
And then,
his,
you know, it's like she's telling me I have trust.
Right?
Instagram. Give me his social media.
Yo, someone has to, because you know what? If he video chatted with the first one and then she just disappeared, basically scammed him, right? Then his standards got lower. His proof, his need of proof that she's a real person, that she's really into him, got less. It's not even like it remained maintained at the same level and he didn't learn anything. Nope. Now he doesn't even video chat. What?
What's his
Bro.
ad? I need his ad.
Yo, I'm done.
Lady Char, what's his ad? Because this fool he got money to boring.
Right? Yo, you know what? Maybe these dudes in the incel sphere are six figures. Cause I don't know, man. He's got a lot of money to waste.
Could have got the money from these two damn fools.
Right? Damn.
Them kids would be living in the lap of luxury by now with all the damn money these fools done sent to these heifers that didn't even exist.
I'm saying, right? At least I exist. Me and Mr. Rude's gonna have to have a serious conversation because like for real, what the hell? This is insane. I cannot believe that you spent more money on the women that you didn't even get to video chat. Again, your proof went down and the money you spent went up. How? How is
know
that equation
how
working for you?
You send that kind of money, you don't even get a receipt. You don't get nothing for the money you sent out. $28,000.
God, like, come on. I'm like, he's dumb. I don't know. He's got to be one of them dudes who's like, he's really good at like computer programming or something, but very dumb with people, because I don't understand this. I don't understand how he has that much money and is this socially stupid, right? Like, I don't get it. It's just, wow.
He'll explain it to you
Okay.
in about 30 seconds or so.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, she's tired of being in California. You know, she wants to make a family with me. She's in love with me. Just all, sorts of things. And then, it's like she's telling me I have trust issues. It's like one minute, I'll tell her that I love her. And then, the next minute someone just pop up in my head telling me, I can't trust you because of what you did in the past. And then she's telling me I need to let go of the past.
I'm so sorry to say this, but we found that Angie was also another fake profile. We were able to locate her to Nigeria using our gift card location tracker. We weren't able to find the real person in the photos, but after running searches, we saw her photos replicated across the whole web. I mean, there were so many different names using the same photo.
Wow. I knew it. I knew it from the get-go.
After we went over the emails and phone numbers that you shared with us, they actually both came back with newly made profiles and a void phone number. So it's quite obvious that these profiles and phone numbers were made recently to scam you out of money.
Wow. Oh. Thank you guys so much for that.
What keeps you in these types of relationships? I mean, you're not a bad looking guy, right? For one, you're young, you're charismatic, you're probably fun to be around. Why settle for a relationship that's just based online and through text message?
Because I feel insecure. It's one of my main reasons. Different situations I've been through in the past. I don't feel confident enough that I maybe look good or something like that. So that's why I settle for the online relationships. And that's one of the main reasons why I believe in these women thinking they're real and they're not. So after y'all just reveal what y'all revealed to me, this is it. I'm not getting into no more online relationships. It's just best for me to be single for the rest of my life.
After breaking the news to Dinez, we knew we had to cheer him up. So we reached out to Damaris. She's the woman in the photos both scammers used to dupe Dinez and Donald. We snooped around on Damaris' social media, and we saw Dinez had actually become a fan of Damaris after he learned that he was scammed by someone posing as her.
So like I said, she will be joining us today
God.
in just a moment.
Can you guys give me 1 second? I need to do something in my living room area. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
All right, so we'll take a small commercial break. This is a great lube here, and it has great slipperage. And instead of just saying, be single the rest of your life, whatever, in between time until you actually get, in them sheets, you need some good slipperage, and the warmth of your hand. And you can find this at your local Walgreens and other drugstores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost naked. Well, kind of feel like that's like a misleading type of name, because I kind of feel like you got to be fully naked to use it, but
No,
just
what you gonna use it on?
You just unzip your fly and
the
warm
part
it.
that needs it, all you gotta do is just,
Right. I forgot we were talking about a party of one. I did forget about that.
Party
Sorry,
of
my
one.
bad.
So I just, decided to put that out. Cause the poor man talking about he go be alone by himself forever. I'm like,
Dinez was so excited. He was so nervous to talk to Damaris that he didn't even want to come on camera and talk to
I'm
her.
very nervous. Oh my God. Y'all, please forgive me.
You about to talk to
I'm getting ready to break myself on camera. Give me 1 minute.
That is a
Dinez
horrible
finally found the
angle.
confidence to come on camera. Him and Damaris got to chat for an hour, and he got a lot of stuff off of his chest.
You're looking for like a specific girl, you could just go to the club and you meet someone there, and then the interaction is real and it's authentic. I don't really recommend online dating that much anymore because there are a lot of catfishers. So just to keep your guard up, just try not meeting people in online. And if you're a little shy and like socially awkward, you could just try going to a club, having a drink, meeting a girl by the bar. Like try to interact more in person versus than online, because these online relationships are starting to get really fraudulent. I don't even understand how girls could get away with it for so many months.
We are happy to say that Dinez is now feeling better about dating. He has moved completely away from meeting women online and plans to date in person. We have been circling back to help a lot of past victims who just cannot leave their romance scammer alone. You probably remember Jody from one of our past episodes. She's been dating a man online for about 8 years, and after we revealed to her the truth, she is still convinced he is real. Be on the lookout for that episode.
Oh God.
Somewhat. And what do you want to happen?
I want to meet him.
Donald plans to start a life with his scammer, Linda. He is planning a way to get her to the United States so they can be together. As you can see, it's very tough for these victims to get past their online scammer.
Girl, where were these guys when I was single? I don't understand.
Ridiculous. This is so effing ridiculous.
Oh my God. Listen, if I was 10 years younger, I understand now. I understand why women are on this flex. Like, it's like they're begging so sweetly to be scammed. They're happier like this. That's why they won't let go of the scam. Like, prove that it's a scam and they won't let go of it. They actually like fooling themselves and lying because they know that they'll never, like, the people that they'd actually be able to attract in that would be interested in them, whatever, are never going to look like these ultimate babes, right? And so they like it, even if it's all a delusion, even if it's all a lie, right? They would rather keep living that lie and telling themselves that one day it's really going to happen and that they're good enough for that kind of woman and whatever, instead of finding something real that makes them feel like $1,000,000. And the way that, they bond, the way that she looks at him and she looks like $1,000,000 to him. It's like, no, you need the objective dime, the objectively so super hot and young and da 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 da. And it's like, dude, like, look at you and then look at her. You will never, never, ever qualify for that chick. You won't. You won't. Women have standards, and you won't.
Ruby, just stop it. People talk to avatars all the time. Okay?
We
I
got
don't know
we got a
why.
few here on YouTube that make buku money fooling fools.
And this is why it's the same thing. Just the other day, right? On Melody's panel, she wasn't available, so I was hosting for like a few hours by myself, right? And at one point, some jackass in the chat goes, "Yeah, but who would want to sleep with Ruby anyway?" And they're like, the people who know me all jumped in. They're like, she's married, loser. She's not talking about us wanting to sleep with her, right? But, the point was, I'm like, so you're going to compare me to a bunch of women, right, who you only see with a whole bunch of makeup on and heavily edited pictures. They're always showing off their bodies and whatever. And so what you're saying is that my face pic of me with no makeup on, where you can't see my body at all, and I'm 10 years older than the picture of the avatar, that you've never seen this person in real life. at least seen that on video, I look the same as the picture, right? Those people over there, they're worth sleeping with. But me, the one who has proven I am really the person in the picture, right? Not me. And it's like, yeah, that's what it is. They don't care. They don't care if they can prove that that woman is real or not, right? It's the delusion. Someone that hot is willing to give them the time of day. And even if that person's not really that hot, they don't want to know. They don't. They don't ever want JX to cam up. They don't ever want her to cam up, right? They want to be under the delusion that someone that young and that hot and that this and that, right, agrees with them and would give them the time of day and would choose men like them. And they're good with that. They will pour their money into her. I'm sure.
Girl,
Yeah, they're
they
good.
deserve to be dearly departed from their money. They deserve to, you know, if that woman is able to get that out of them, then she did what she came to do. She understood the assignment, and she was able to collect all the funds from dumb men. I'm sorry, those are dumb men. You know, a man will call a woman who gave her body to a man just because, you know, he has swag. She's dumb for doing some stuff like that. And I think a man who would give his money to a woman just because she has swag, he's dumb too. He's a dummy.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, but here's the thing, right? Like, if a woman, the men are dumber than the women. I'm gonna explain what I mean, right?
You
So
don't have
the
to explain
women,
that. I already get it. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
right? But I'm gonna explain it to the men. Because here's the thing: for all y'all want to say that these women are stupid because of the qualities that they were choosing to evaluate the man on, at least you can say that these were for real qualities that that man really had, as in he really was that tall, he really is that good looking, he really does have that charisma, right? He really had those things, right? Whereas in the men are literally bankrupting themselves, no problem at all, can't pay their own rent, may have to live in their van really soon or whatever, right? For an imaginary picture. They don't know if that chick looks anything like that. 99.9% of pictures these days don't look anything like the real person. Anyway, even if it's not a catfish, it's just there's so much editing, lighting, this, that. I mean, filters are built into certain things. Like Snapchat is like the filters are built in, even if you want to take a normal picture. It's built in. Right? And they don't know how old she really is. They don't know nothing about this chick. But they are pouring in oodles and oodles and oodles of cash. So who's really dumber? Right? You're both picking based on very superficial, nothing reasons, right? At least the women can say it's a superficial, nothing reason, but it really exists. The guys are saying superficial, nothing reason, and I don't know if it really exists. But here's thousands of dollars just in case it is real.
I love your avatar. Here's $500.
Right? Yo, I did things wrong, man. I should have came up in this space. Forget like, you know, your real pic and whatever. Yo, I should have just went and found some hot chick, right? Just change out 1-2 features on her face. I'm good with Photoshop. Y'all know that, right? And then I'll just go, that's it. That's me. Right? Always make sure that my boobs and the ass I don't really have is in every picture, right? No matter what. Yeah. Moving great.
I will most definitely say that, you know, I've gotten a gist of how, you know, this, you know, YouTube and this social media game runs. And it's, to me, I find it to be astounding. It's very surprising, you know, only because I'm a very straightforward type of person. I'm not a slickster. I'm not the type of person whose mind immediately thinks on the undercut. Like, I'm going to try to think of, you know, the underbelly of things. I really don't think like that. So when I'm presented with these scenarios and I'm looking at the underbelly, I'm like, what the hell? Who sets out in their day thinking on the underbelly of life? And you know what? There is a sector of people, you know, this is where their mind is. From the moment they wake up, their first, you know, thought is, you know, where am I going to, you know, sleep tonight? Or where am I going to get my first meal? And I guess that's just, you know, how the mind works. You know, if you're slated in a life full of instability, you know, so, but it just amazes me. It amazes me. But I do realize that those people exist. And I would just think these men, because these men are not spring chicken. These men are not 21 years old. And even if they were, they're still grown ass men. But these men are 50 or better. And you're
Except for the first guy, he wasn't.
Oh, is he 41?
No, that first guy was in his 20s. He was young. He was he was younger, I think.
He was younger. He might have been in his 30s, probably. He probably started off in his 20s in 2018 when he first went online. But that's what I found so interesting. He started 2018 and is now 2022, and he was still doing the same thing. And I think that's what made it extremely interesting to me, because that's sort of like what you find here in the YouTube streets. People start off at that time and they're still doing the same thing, whatever that same thing is, with no results. So it's
Because they don't want to have to do the real work.
Right.
If you're looking,
Mhm.
for the person that you want to spend quote unquote the rest of your life with, and let's say you're in your 30s or 40s, and you're going to live to be in your 80s or 90s. You're not, this is not some small task. I think that you should really look at the qualities of the person that you're trying to spend the rest of your life with. But the fact that a lot of these men, they're not looking for long-term qualities. They're looking for, big booty, some titties. Those don't last until you're 90. I mean, they'll last, but they'll be on the floor, by the time you get here. But so it's like, nobody ever talks about, personality or, how you get along with a person. It's about, oh, well, she wants my money and I want her body. Is that really what the dating scene is about? A man wanting a woman's body and the woman wanting the man's money?
The younger you are, yes. Yeah.
That's why they're all lost though. This is the problem. And this is why, like, I'll make statements about what I'll do or what I think or what I prioritize. And the guys will, no women's would do that. That's cap. No, none of the idiot, OnlyFans girls, right? That or catfish that y'all regularly encounter, or the hot girls in the club would do it to the random dude they're trying to get money from. No, absolutely not, right? But like, that's not what a relationship is supposed to be built on. Right? If you're in a relationship with someone that you genuinely like, respect, and love, and the feeling is mutual, then suddenly you're willing to do things for that person. And since you're not only there for their money or for their body, then you're willing to support each other through hard times, and you're willing to celebrate with each other, and share with each other and be honest with each other, and all these great things, right? That they say are just impossible feats. These things just can't happen, right? All men ain't shit, right? All women are gold diggers, right? Or whatever, hypergamous, right? It's like, no, all humans are hypergamous. If it was not true that all humans were hypergamous, it wouldn't be so easy to scam men out of money, because men would be able to look at themselves objectively and say, I am a 5. I am a 3 in money, but I'm a 5 in looks, which means the chick I'm going to be able to get is somewhere between a 3 and a 5, right? And then just go for that. No matter what they look like, no matter what their bank account's at, no matter whatever, right?
They
They are
want a
going to
12.
go for the 10. That's it. Like,
Girl, not a 10. They want a 12. They want extra.
Right, right, because they're hypergamous. They're gonna keep shooting for the moon, right, and then hoping they land at least in the stars, really close to that moon, right? But what they're not trying to do is just land on planet Earth, right? Like, they're not, like, because everyone's hypergamous. Everyone is trying to get the best possible thing they can get. But it's like, no, this whole delusion thing, it's not just in the young, it's not just in women, whatever. It's just the way society is these days. Like, it's crazy. It is so crazy to me. And meanwhile, people are arguing about whether or not they should pay for first dates. People aren't even getting to first dates and paying tens of thousands of dollars. What are you talking about? Right? Buy her a damn steak on the first date. Because you know what? It's better than what Buddy over here is doing. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus.
If you just look at everything, there's a market for all of it. And I don't know, I don't fight it. Whatever it is, like these guys, this is what they want. They should have that. They should be able to get online, get in the DMs, send all the money they want, get all the photos they want. that's what they desire, they should be able to get that. And they're doing it. So God bless them. That's the way I look at it. Those who want to go out, go, open up the door, lock it behind them, and get in a car, drive somewhere, or just walk somewhere where there's some people.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great thing to do. And I joke a lot or whatever, but when it comes down to the solving a problem thing, the guy said that he didn't have the confidence. That's the bottom line. He was insecure. However, he talked a little bit, a while with that. Normally, somebody that's insecure, they normally say, "I don't know, I don't know why I do that." So that is true. He does have some insecurities. Well, that's the first step. He knows that. Now, what's step two? That's the thing. He never went to step two. You can go talk to someone about that. There are different social clubs.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go to Toastmasters. That is one a
Mm.
lot of people go to because they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other social groups. You can choose your age range, see what it is that's out there, and join that. Where there's a fee, and we know he has some money, so he can pay whatever the fee is and join that particular group and become more sociable. Wine clubs, all kind of stuff. So he just needs to get out there. The first lady, he was able to had no problem with the FaceTiming, but
Mm-hmm.
when this Instagram lady got on here, he freaked out. He
Mm-hmm.
had to leave the room. So I'm like, my goodness, but you could do it, sir. You just have to get out there, and that's with anyone. All
Mm-hmm.
you have to do is go outside. That's the first step. And he worked at a school. I don't know what he's doing in the community college, but don't he have to talk to faculty some kind of way? Even if
Mm-hmm.
if he's the janitor, shoot, you still, excuse me, can you? I'm trying to reach for the garbage there. Can you move out the way there? Excuse me. Oh, do you need dusting over there? Just something. Just have some
Mm-hmm.
kind of contact, some verbal contact with people where you get comfortable. You start there. But I think a lot of these guys, they don't do any talking in high school, and once they get out of that, if there's any college, if they
Mm-hmm.
don't get it there, then it just slips down. Just it just goes downhill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's best to get it in high school, is what I see. But if you can't, it's still not over because you're an adult now. Get out, and get to talking, get social,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what it is. It's you got to be social.
Oh yeah. And then these dating and game channels, right, which are literally geared and formulated to make them lose, right? So they're going to take these tips and tricks, which are almost going to guarantee a horrible result. And so now that sends them running back to these same channels so that way people can tell them why it is that these women aren't this and that and that and that. That's how modern women are. And you poor thing, yeah, everyone's been through the same thing. You just got to learn red pill, red pill, red pill, right? And then he's like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's right then, right? Instead of realizing, well, like, no, dude, it just started with the fact that you lack confidence, you're really awkward, that makes other people feel awkward speaking to you. So you've got to practice by just socializing with people in general, not once you're attracted to or want to date, just people. And then you learn how to communicate, right? Don't take these stupid tips and tricks. Who cares about what people are saying about modern women and whatever? You're not that advanced, right? Like at this point, you just have to learn how to speak to somebody. Like, just say, start with hello, like in real life, like a real person that you know is really there. They really look like that because they're in front of you, right? And then you say hello, hi, this is my name. Um, how you doing tonight? I'd love to buy you a drink and get to know you. You know, just start there. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Hmm.
like they don't even have the ability to do that, right? And it's like I don't know what happened, how we started failing so badly in society that like you have billions of dollars being generated yearly by these guys. That's it. Billions is going out there to these women who just take advantage of this.
Yeah,
Billions.
that's a market, and it's really not even taking advantage because they want it.
Yeah.
That's the, that's the part you really have to accept that they want that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, there's another way, but that's what they want. And I
Yep.
would never argue with someone about something different. Now, if they complain about it, then that's when I'm like, well, there's some other options. You can try this over here and go over there. And have you heard about this here? But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, no, don't beat a person down. If you want to sit in a circle jerk, volume 2019, um, the real reason why you are in the same position you were in, keep discussing that. You have the right to do so. More power to you, to the FBI and CIA and everybody. And, you know, when they come through, that's another story. Yeah.
But these men, I think they're also in need of some social skills.
Mm-hmm.
For them to be able to, come out the pocket, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 to some chick sight unseen. They were basically, what were you putting into that other than money, and what did you expect to get from it? They did not. These dudes are socially awkward. They are probably shy, don't know how to talk to women, don't know how to approach women. So they think, okay, well, I'm going to get online and I'm going to present money, and that's going to get me the woman of my dreams. And basically it got them put on a sucker list, and they just became world-class suckers, because basically after one chick suckered them, she passed them on to the next chick, or she basically changed her profile and became another chick and said, hey, hi sucker, it's me, Kinsey, start sending me $500 increments.
And that's the easier way too, because you already know this guy, what he likes and dislike, and you can really play upon that. So that's probably what happened. Same person, you already paid for the information, just continue to use it. So
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just the way that they filmed it, it wasn't entirely accurate, but that message, right? You paused and read it both times. That message from the first girl and from the second girl, with the $500, those were like making the same type of weird grammatical mistakes and stuff, right? Which would make me think that they really are the same person. So I don't know if that was just a filming quirk or something, or they just repeated it because they happened to have that one message on hand already. But if he really got that exact same message and didn't recognize that the way that this person speaks is exactly the same, it's because he didn't want to know. He wasn't looking his gift horse in the mouth. You know what I mean? That saying, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. That's what he saw these women as. They were a bunch of gift horses. And he's like, nope, if I look too hard, it's going to disappear like a mirage.
yeah, he did mention that he felt something.
An instant girlfriend. I pay my money, I get an instant girlfriend. And it didn't work out that way.
Of course not. That's not how girlfriends, relationships, whatever work. And yeah, I mean, and this is why I don't like what the manosphere space has gone to, because initially the incel sector was a sector, right? The red pill sector was not combined with the incel sector. And in fact, there was a big argument between the Pookies and Ray Rays versus the educated lame. And it was just basically like, hey, the incels, the educated lame, they're mad. They're mad at life because someone told them, someone lied to them and said, you don't have to work on your social skills. You don't, the point of you going to college is not for you to blossom and bloom and find your niche in college socially and practice socializing so that way you can get better at speaking to and whatever women. No. You're just going there to get that degree, to go get that job so you can get that money, and then you can go like this and all the women will come running and beg to love you forever, right? And they're upset because when they got, they finished, they got that job, it didn't work out that way, and they're mad that Pookie and Ray Ray put in zero effort and still are getting all the best chicks, right? And if that was true 5 years ago, it's still true now, right? Which means they're just ignoring a truth that they already knew, which is someone lied to y'all. Someone should have told y'all you need to work on your social skills. It's not too late though. It's just going to be a little bit harder, but you need to go and recreate your college days, right? In a way, and go and this time learn how to socialize, learn how to take an L, learn how to do all those things that you should have been doing in college along with studying. So that way you could figure out who you are, what you're about, what you like, what women like, what kind of women you like, and so on and so forth. And then you could actually get a real girlfriend that, likes you for you and not just how much money you can send her this week.
Right. She knows when you get paid.
Right. Exactly when you get paid.
How
Like, come on, brother.
off-putting is that?
Right.
Somebody is coming at you. I know you got paid. Like, yeah, I got paid, not you. Don't be
right
at me about my payday. That would really, I'm sorry, that would like throw me completely off course. I'd be like, wait a minute, where are we going with this?
Right. Damn.
Yes.
I feel sorry. I don't. Like I said, I feel sorry. I feel sorry for the young guys coming up now who are teenagers and are finding these spaces and whatever that are just going to lie to them and keep perpetuating this problem, right? Instead of someone just telling them the truth, right? Everyone's insecure, everyone feels uncomfortable, everyone's this, everyone's that, everyone's just like you. You're just in the wrong fishbowl right now. If you were in a different fishbowl, i.e. if you went to a different high school, you might be way more popular, right? Because the cultures vary from high school to high school. The point is you just need to get out of your fishbowl. So just wait it out till the end of high school. And when you get into college, where there's many fishbowls in the same building, you can go find the right fishbowl and go dive in. And then it'll become easier from there. Like someone needs to tell them this and tell them to fully embrace socialization from moment one till the very end. Do stuff you don't think that you would like, definitely break your mold and bypass all of your regular comfort zones and so get up and sing karaoke, sign up for the school play, go to every single one of those stupid fraternity events, go sign up to be in a fraternity, you know what I mean, just like
sports,
that's what
anything.
Yeah, anything, right? Like that is the point of college. The value of college is not the degree. The value of college is the social learning and experience and personal growth and development, right? That's really the value of it. And no one told way too many of these guys that.
Well, it's been said now.
Damn right it has.
Well, I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. And I was enjoying the comment section. You guys are so funny. Especially you done teasy with the pursuit of harpoonness. That's funny. That's funny. But I want you guys to stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. I plan to enjoy mine. Party, party, party. And open topics like this again. This is what I'll be doing. Random ramblings. And we'll finish the year out that way. And I want you to stay safe. And until we meet again, peace.
Cheers, y'all.
Peace out, family.